Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and in this one we are testing the GeForce RTX 3060 Ti in Doom the Dark Ages, and we have the Zotac twin edge OC model of the GPU, and here are all the specs, intake power of GPU Z. As you can see, we got the latest NVIDIA driver 576.40, and over here for the CPU we have the Intel Core i7-13700KF. As always, for memory we got 64 gigabytes of DDR5, 6000 megatransfers per second CL36, and finally for MSI Afterburner, no work logs are applied. I have only manually changed the fan speed to 100% because otherwise this card really heats up a lot. So let's get inside the game and check out the frame rates. So we are here in the menu, guys. We're gonna start this off at 1080p resolution at first. We're using DLAA for the upscaler or the anti-aliasing, and everything else is maxed out. That is ultra nightmare graphics settings, and texture pool size I have set to 2048, which is the default. You should not go above this, otherwise, because we are on an 8 gig VRAM GPU, it's really gonna struggle otherwise. And I am on chapter 5, I think this is, and I'm gonna start it off from here because it's very demanding, this scene right here. As you can see, our FPS, unfortunately we cannot get 60 FPS at 1080p resolution with this GPU. And using TAA at 1080p looks very blurry, but I'm using it because you can get like 2-3 FPS more by using TAA than DLAA. We are also going to use DLAA pretty soon after this fight. And as you can see right now, it's not that bad. It's pretty smooth, I would say. Come on. I mean, the frame time in this game is really wonderful. That's why it's such a smooth gameplay, even if you get less than 60 FPS regardless. We take these things out. There are a lot of enemies in this sequence. I mean, in this area. Take him out. Throw the shield on him. Where is he? There he is. Gonna hit his arms there. That does the most damage on these guys. And look at the lows. They are about 40. Pretty good overall. Wonderful. And I think that's all. And VRAM usage is well below 8 GB over there. Usage at 6.6 GB. Pretty good overall. And the game is not that demanding on the CPU either. So let's switch it to DLAA. So I'm gonna look at this scene right here. We're getting 52-53 FPS. So let's turn on DLSS and set it to DLAA super resolution. Everything is maxed out with 2048 texture pool size. Because of the VRAM, we don't have enough. Let's check this out. So we were getting 52-53. Now we are getting 48-49. So as I said, you lose like 3 or 4 FPS by switching to DLAA from TAA, mostly 2-3 FPS. But the image looks a lot more sharper than TAA. TAA, it really made it look very blurry overall. But yeah, as I was gonna say, the FPS is not that great. I mean, this game doesn't look like any next generation game or something like that. Even the previous Doom Eternal looked pretty close to this. It looked pretty good overall. But the thing is, you need to keep in mind is this game has ray tracing inbuilt, and you cannot turn that off. There's no way you can turn that off. There's no path tracing yet, which will arrive, I think, soon after the launch. I mean, it has launched already. But that will even make it more demanding for these GPUs. I hope you are able to turn off path tracing, which you should be. But ray tracing you cannot turn off in this game, unfortunately. But taking that into consideration, like this game has RT by default. I mean 50 to 60 FPS is pretty good, I would say. But I won't really say that this game is not optimized. It is definitely optimized when you take in ray tracing into account, which you cannot turn off. Other than that, if you could turn it off, or if this game didn't have RT, or you could turn it off, we would probably getting close to 100 FPS with a 3060 Ti at 1080p maxed out, just like you could with Doom Eternal. I need to take his shields off. Oh wow. He did a lot of damage on me there. So even with DLAA, I am not having that much issue playing the game. Let's play some throw ball with him. It's getting blocked by this structure right here. We need to break his shield. There we go. I need to run. I'm having no problem playing the game right now, even with less than 50 frames per second. Not a big deal. But I think we will probably need to use some upscaling, unfortunately, even at 1080p, which is really sad these days. But let's try that now. So let's enable some DLSS quality to make this playable, or at least get 60 FPS. More than 60 we can easily get, hopefully. And everything else is maxed out, as you can see. Not the texture pool size though. And there you go, 70 plus FPS pretty easily. What is this? Statue there. And now I think it will be 60 plus FPS all the time, no matter what, hopefully, in every scenario throughout the whole game. Oh god, this thing again. Keep shooting plasma at him. Lovely. Destroy this tank. Look at that explosion. Even during explosion, it like dropped to like 68 FPS there. And we're getting an average of 71. Pretty good. I mean, talking about the image quality with DLSS quality turned on, I don't see any problem whatsoever. I mean, this uses DLSS 4 as well. Pretty good. And I have also, by the way, manually overridden the DLSS model from the NVIDIA app to latest, even though it uses DLSS 4 by default, but I have just done it, just so you know. I'm letting you know. And I'm also playing the Game Pass version of the game. This is not the Steam or Epic Games version. If it is on Epic, I don't know. This is the Game Pass version of the game, just to let you know. And pretty good experience overall with quality DLSS turned on. So up next, guys, I'm going to try Digital Foundry's optimized settings for the RTX 3060, 4060 and all that. And since this is the 3060 Ti, the 4060 settings can be applied to this. Would make sense. So these are the settings. We are using DLAA. They don't really say whether to use DLAA or TAA, but I'll stick to DLAA because it looks much better overall at 1080p. And here are the settings. And texture pool is at 2560 because all the other settings, we have changed it to like lower settings options. So we can increase that a bit. Even though it's red here, it has crossed the VRAM limit. I have already tried it out. It makes no difference. There's no problem overall. And these are the settings, as you can see. Lots of different options have been selected. So let's apply that. And I have also restarted the game. Let's check it out. There you go. This is native 1080p, no upscaling. And as you can see, we're getting 70 FPS by looking at this scene. But as soon as I will start running around, it will start dropping close to 60 FPS. Sometimes here and there you might see it drop like touch 59, 58, but that's pretty rare overall. Let's take out this tank. Did he just hit himself there? And as you can see, we are staying above 60 FPS most of the time there. I still didn't see it drop below 60 yet. There you go, 57. So occasionally you will see that happen, even with optimized settings. But overall, maybe if you can overclock this GPU slightly, you will stay above 60 all the time, probably. There you go. And this level is pretty demanding, by the way. One of the most demanding. I need my shotgun. Gonna blow this guy's arms off. There you go, one arm down. Second one down. And especially when you break these stuff in this game, the FPS really drops hard, as you can see with any GPU. I have seen this happen. Like if you break all of these things, lots of destruction, if you cause a lot of destruction, it drops the FPS. No matter what graphics card you have. What the heck? This shadow doesn't look nice. Flickery shadows. And I'm pretty sure when they add path tracing, it's gonna fix all these shadow issues. This issue was there also with Indiana Jones, flickery shadows, but if you like turn on RT shadows, it fixes that issue in that game. But overall, still a pretty good experience, I would say. You can use these optimized settings. You don't lose much of a detail, and it still looks great and plays great. I mean, sometimes it goes below 60, but you can accept that if you don't really want to use upscaling at all. Now let's enable upscaling on top of this, that is DLSS quality. See how much we can get on top of these optimized settings. And wow, I thought we were gonna get 100 there, but no. I'm getting 80 plus, almost 90. With maxed out graphic settings and using upscaling, DLSS quality, we're getting like 70, now we're getting close to 90. Which is pretty good. Take him out. Let's go. Let's deal with these bastards real quick. I really want to upgrade this shotgun and make the reload a bit quick if we can do that. Would be nice. But as you can see, pretty smooth experience overall with quality DLSS. It just makes the image a little bit softer than native using DLAA, but you can pretty much use this if you want a bit higher FPS. I'm not gonna fight him right now. Now we are moving on to 1440p resolution. By the way, I'm not testing any frame generation in this video, the FSR frame generation. It's really awful in this game, so don't even bother using it. There's a lot of input delay, especially for an FPS game like this, fast-paced. But anyway, we are at 1440p using DLSS quality, and I am using the optimized settings once again. But the only difference from 1080p to 1440p is this texture pool size, which I have to reduce to 2048 because of the VRAM, because we are playing at a higher resolution. So let's apply that. I've also restarted the game, by the way. And oh wow, who's hitting us from there? And there you go. We are still staying above that 60 FPS mark, and it looks far better than native 1080p if you can play at 1440p using quality DLSS. And I keep on saying in every video that don't play at 1080p, even if you have a 1080p monitor. Use NVIDIA's DSR, DLDSR from the control panel of the NVIDIA app to make your monitor turn into a 1440p, and you will get free like visual enhancement, like for free. You don't have to pay anything. And use DLSS quality on top of that. It looks far better than native 1080p any day. Let's toss that in. Give me my shotgun. Where's my shotgun? Gonna break his brain there. That's a brain on him. Toss that. There we go. I really miss all the glory kills from Doom Eternal. And also I have noticed today while playing that sometimes the music in the background gets bugged in this game. There will be like no music playing throughout the whole game if you don't like go back to the main menu. I mean, in order to fix it, you have to go back to the main menu and then resume the game. Then the music starts playing. It's probably a bug. They should fix it ASAP, because it's really annoying. Like Doom without music is not something I like or anybody would like. Let's take this bastard out. Break his armor. There's a flag on him. Let's go. It's pretty playable. As you can see, the frame rate not dropping below like 60 at all. mean, a 3060 Ti being able to do 60 plus FPS at 1440p with help of some upscaling is wonderful. I mean, yeah, this is optimized settings though, but still, it looks really good. Keeping in mind that ray tracing is always on as well. Now, in case you're wondering, without DLSS quality using the optimized settings, how much we can get, let's show you that as well. And without it, you are getting like 40 FPS, not so smooth at all. I wouldn't be playing like this. Even though it's quite playable, the frame time is pretty smooth, but why would you play like this when you can use DLSS quality and it looks almost close to native 1440p like that? Just use that and call it a day, okay, if you have this GPU. I mean, yeah, this is playable of course, but it becomes a bit unsmooth. Not so smooth, I mean, overall. Take all of these bastards out of here. All of these guys. Oh, this invisible boy. Oh my goodness, there's one more. I hate these things. Yeah, see, it's dropping below 40 FPS there. That's what I'm saying. During fights, you will see huge drops in performance. I mean, FPS, which is not nice. In a game like this, smoothness really matters. Now, there's one more setting I can recommend you at 1440p is this one. That is, if you want to play at maximum graphics settings. So these are the settings, which is everything maxed out. But you will need to use DLSS performance to be able to get playable frame rate. And now you can still stay above 60 FPS and get those very good visuals of maximum settings, but with DLSS performance. So yeah, it looks a lot more softer when you especially move around, and in a fast-paced shooter game like this, you'll be constantly moving around your camera here and there. So yeah, it looks very soft. Maybe you can increase the sharpness to 100%, the DLSS sharpness slider. It's set to 69% right now currently for me. But this is still a setting you can utilize, you know, for the maximum visual quality. But still, I would honestly use DLSS quality and use the optimized settings and call it a day. And finally, I shouldn't be doing this, but we're gonna still try this at 4K resolution. And we are using DLSS performance, 69% sharpness, that is sweet. And we are using the lowest settings, which is everything set to low, pretty much low. That is the lowest in this game. And texture pool size is set to 1536. That's the lowest it can go. And VRAM is still below that 6900 mark. So we should be good to go on the VRAM side. Let's look at this. And so close to their 60 FPS. But yeah, it's probably gonna drop below 50. Yeah, it does. Oh, I hate these tutorials. And now we are in this moral fight. This is a big fight, which I've done like 3-4 times already while doing benchmarking. But as you can see, it's quite playable, even like at 4K with a 3060 Ti. That's pretty insane to even think about. I can't attack him yet. Break that. Where's my skull gun? Shred everyone into pieces there. Cool. Look at that thing charge up there. Oh, there's this big boy right here. Oh gosh, he's very deadly. Grab the health there. I'm so close to dying, you know. Apparently. Ouch. I keep on shooting the plasma. There we go. Boy is dead. Wonderful. It's quite playable even at 4K with quality DLSS, guys. Take both of them out there. So I think that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Do leave a like if you enjoyed and if this video helped you. Also make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will catch you guys on our next one. Till then, take care and bye bye. These guys are really after me.